Buzz, you have to be real thrilled with the way your team played. You shot at a high level in the second half, and you had, when you needed a stop at the end, you got a stop or two.
Everything about all of this is just difficult. And I admire our guys so much because they haven't taken a step back from the difficulty to prepare, the difficulty to show up and be their best every day, the difficulty to absorb a very unique scouting report, the difficulty of playing on the road for the third time in 5 games. I'm not saying the results are always going to be good, but I want to be slow enough, not because it's Thanksgiving. I want to be slow enough to give credit where credit is due and to realize what a blessing it is, not just to have really good players, but to have really good people that were raised by incredible families so that the character of the talent is never in play. There's no drama, ever. There's no drama on the staff because there's 93 years of experience with what we do and the character of the staff. And then we have 13 years of experience with our team relative to what we do. And so, yes, I'm thankful we won. How they play is very unique. And this tomorrow will be our first rep of one-day prep. And so it's another test for us on how we handle the next 21 hours.
What's interesting, Buzz, when you talk about the different categories that you have to have us as a team, and then especially when you play a certain way, when you play somebody, there's some things you have to have. But it came down to just sheer toughness to me.
I think a lot of it is.
The 50-50 balls in the latter stages of the first half, it was going to be a fight, but we were on the floor coming up with the tips, coming up with the tie balls, and that was just a will to win that was just apparent.
Hey, so as we talked about, TK, it's percentage, right? So it's not the total number of turnovers. It's the percentage of possessions that there is a turnover created. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So they're number 2 in the country in turnover percentage. We were number 4 in a good way, not turning it over. To be able to play a neutral site game, the first game of the tournament, and play with such a low turnover percentage is huge. That's what gave us a chance. And like I've been talking to our guys, and we're kind of on to something. I'm not ready to talk about it publicly yet, but when there's a low turnover rate, there's so many byproducts that fit our roster in such a good way. We shot 56% from the field. That's the best we've shot. But when we missed the other 40%, we got 50% of those misses. Okay, so now a low turnover rate impacts that. Then on the other end, we weren't very good defensively. We couldn't guard their guards. But they made, in essence, 50% of their shots. But when they missed that half, 80% of the time, we got the rebound. So there's so many good things that in a unique style that they play, we held true to bend it back our way. And that was, I'm not saying it's fun. I don't know. I don't know if fun is the right word.
Hey, but how about this, though, Buzz? Obviously, go to the free throw line as fast as you can, and then shoot more than the opponent.
No question. And going into today, sorry for interrupting you. That's rude. Today, I can't remember the numbers because my brain's so chaotic, but we had made more than the opponent had attempted by a pretty distinct margin, with 2 of the 4 being on the road. And then today, it's a push. We make one more, but they attempt one more. But in essence, it was a push. Normally, that's a competitive advantage for us, but we were good enough to be first team in the bonus in the first half. And that first half was hard to gain rhythm with all the
Yeah, the
stoppage.
Yeah, how about the clock going away?
Just like because I'm partly old, like we need to hurry up because there's another game coming and we got a lot of prep to do, and it loses the rhythm.
Hey,
but I thought our guy, coming out of that
play you ran,
we did good.
That play you ran, though, because they were overplaying.
Yeah, we did good.
But I knew I was sitting there and I go, don't give him time. They'll be over there cooking something up.
You'll like this. We keep score of ATO, like what you're talking about, coming out of the clock problem. We scored. It happened 16 times today. We scored 26. We scored 26 of our 89 points out of a pause. That's a 1.63 OER. We'll take that every day.
So I think that adds to resilience because when the timeouts occur, they're trying to stop the momentum or you're trying to stop the momentum. And then to be able to come out and have a positive play after a dead ball is so big. In this game, it was huge.
Yeah, particularly when there's a lot of fouls. And today it was just normal. But if you think about if the clock's not running, coming out of the clock's not running, whether it's a free throw, whether it's a timeout, whether it's an out-of-bounds play, if you only count those possessions, whether you're on offense or defense, it's a very high percentage. And so, not because we know what we're doing, but we've studied the numbers enough that we practice that in practice. It's a stop, just like yesterday. Come in here for 50 minutes, and then you have to go to the other gym. And I tell the guys as we're on the bus to the other gym, guys, halftime, this is ATO right here. Right now, as soon as we walk on the floor, we're not warming up. We're not talking anymore. As soon as we walk out, it's second half. It's coming out of a halftime. We got to have a stop and a score and a stop coming out of this pause.
I don't know what was more impressive individually. Wade's bailing out of some mismatched possessions late in the clock.
He's like the best of all time. Hey, it's yucky. Yep, but yucky to him is pretty. And I've tried to adjust, like to the point, hey, Boots, if it's yucky to me, that means it's yucky to you. But if if four thinks it's yucky, it ain't yucky. You got it?
The other impressive thing was Henry's ability to go against 6'11" and be fearless and just attack it.
I stand at attention and respect for him. Like his competitive charisma is at an all-time high. How did he do today?
Season high, almost a career high.
He made a bunch of free throws that we needed.
24 points on 8 of 11 and 8 of 10.
He's just,
Hey, how about this, though? Everybody in America knows that Boots is might have the ball in late clock, and they know it's coming. He's still going to finish.
He's got great Baja. It's great Baja. Like, what does that mean? It's like riding a surfboard, and you're like, is he going to fall down? Nope. He's got great Baja.
Coach, thanks. Congrats.
Enjoyed it. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving, Buzz.